They call it the MSI Creator Z16, and in this video, let's unbox it. There are a few different models available from MSI right now. We have the Creator 15, we have the Creator M16, and we have the Creator Z16. Now, amongst a few other random models scattered in there, but those are the main models that are available. And then you also have the 17-inch version of the Creator. So there's quite a large selection for the MSI Creator series. Now, I really like this 16 because it's not the massive 17 package, which usually ends up being very large, doesn't really fit in any sort of backpack, and then ends up being a little thicker. So I've yet to see this one. This is the first time I'm seeing it, my initial impression. And if you're curious about the full review, then make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on that when it comes out later on the channel. Let's get this one unboxed. Not too large at all. This is a 180 watt charger block. I'm liking the size of that. Not too big. So that looks really good. Sometimes they send us these massive charger blocks and I'm just like, what are you going to do with that? But this looks like a good size. All right, let's get this laptop out of the box. That one smells good. I always like it when they smell good. It might be kind of weird, but it's always nice. It's like a new pair of shoes. You ever smell a new pair of shoes? Oh man, that's the best. That is the best. Oh wow. I haven't even gotten it out of the wrapper, but I'm already liking how thin this laptop feels. And this laptop should pack a serious punch. So the one that we have in front of us here, man, that looks great. That is so thin for how, just for how big this laptop is regarding the size, the 16-inch size. Man, that looks awesome. Let's go ahead and pull that off. Wow. This looks great. And if you're curious about the exact pricing and availability of this model, you can head down in the description below and click that link. Now, if you do make a purchase with that link, I will get a small commission, but at no extra cost to you. But of course, that's what keeps this channel alive and the helpful content coming your way. I'm loving this graphite matte finish, and then the emblem is shiny. So it's almost like they, did a quick coat of matte on top and then had the little emblem there, peeled that away, and then left that. It's very tasteful, very classy. The edges are wonderful. They're nice and rounded. And we have these little bumpers here to protect your chassis top cover whenever opening. So you see that actually lifts up the screen. Let's go ahead and check that out. Let's go do an open and close real quick so you can see that. It lifts up right there. So you get some ventilation coming up under the chassis. Give good flow of ventilation. I don't want to get into this too fast. Let's close this bad boy back down again. All right, so again, nice rounded edges. We have a vent on both sides of the chassis, so I'm hoping we're going to see really good ventilation out of this laptop. Let's go ahead and check out the ports real quick. We have USB Type-A, USB Type-C, and a mini SD card reader. And on the other side, we have another USB Type-A, a USB Type-C, and a headphone jack. Now remember, this is going to be Thunderbolt because we have an Intel laptop here on our hands. Now, a quick note about the mini SD card reader. A lot of laptops lately have been including this, and my only yeah, that's great, and I think they're really awesome for including that, is that you can have expandable storage externally. So you don't have to open up the laptop and put a new drive in. What you could do is you could buy a mini SD card of 512 or 1 terabyte, slide that in and have expandable on-the-go storage. Say you're going on a long trip and you're like, oh man, I'm gonna need some extra storage. I'm gonna need to bring a few extra mini SD cards along. Especially for me with the Blackmagic Pocket Cam 6K. That thing uses a ton of storage. And so that could be a good option for on-the-go expandable storage. Okay, let's go ahead and check out the vents along the bottom cover. So it looks like we have a large vent here on the bottom cover, and then we have our 2 speaker grills right there. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing open and closed. One hand, no problem. And like I said, I love how the screen lifts up. I think it lifts up a little late. That's just a critique. I wish it would start lifting up right about here, and then it would lift to this point, because by the time I get there, that's about a comfortable position for my screen. I might lean it back a tiny bit more, but really you don't see a big benefit till you're leaning it like there. And who works on their screen like that? I don't. So that would be my one critique about the hinge and lifting it up. I like that it lifts it up, but it lifts it up a little too far. So that's just a quick thought there. All right, next up we have the 16 by 10 aspect ratio screen. I love this aspect ratio. It is fantastic for video editing and really any creative professional, but especially video editing when you have your timeline, your project display, all of your effects, your clips. It just gives you a lot of room to work. So that 16 by 10 aspect ratio is great. And they can also fit it in a, more of a 15-inch package. So most 15-inch laptops are 15.6. So by giving you that extra like half inch, you're getting that 16-inch screen, and it's just a much better aspect ratio. I just think it's been a great move for brands moving to this new aspect ratio. Now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be a vent and a speaker. We'll find out in the full review when I run the test. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the keyboard. It has that nice, crisp, more mechanical sound. It's not very chompy. So I can type that real quick. But it has that nice like clicky sound. So if you like that, this would be a great keyboard for you. Of course, a bunch of function buttons, a nice key cluster, good and organized. Now I'm gonna say that this speaker, I almost would have forfeited it or preferred it a little smaller for a larger trackpad. This is gonna be a complaint for me right here. This is supposed to be a creator laptop. Okay, and that is a very narrow trackpad, especially for how large of a keyboard deck we have here. I feel as if we could have put the speakers, if these are speakers, and upward facing speakers along the side, and then pushed up the keyboard and given us a larger trackpad. So that's gonna be a big complaint for me, because in the Asus Zephyrus M16, which I will do a head-to-head review because I feel like these two will be great competitors, they have the large trackpad. The keyboard is pushed up a little farther and it allows for a bigger trackpad. And if you're gonna be an on-the-go creator, this is a small trackpad. It's short. So that's going to be a big ding for this one for me. But like I said, I love the build quality. The build quality is really standing out to me, even more than the N16 at the moment because of aluminum. We have an aluminum top cover, we have an aluminum keyboard deck, side panels, and bottom cover. So big thumbs up for the build quality. But that small trackpad, I'm a little disappointed right now. I'm not gonna lie. Let's go ahead and check out the ScreenFlex real quick. For an aluminum top cover, I would say that's quite a bit of ScreenFlex. Not a lot though. Not like a ton where I'm like overly concerned. But let's check out the screen wobble. Screen's a little on the wobbly side. Let's check it out when we're typing. Screen wobble is not a problem while you're typing. And then let's check out the bottom. A little bit on the bottom there. So pretty average ScreenFlex for this laptop. Now you do have your fingerprint reader right here. Go ahead and open up the laptop quickly with that fingerprint reader. And this is an RTX equipped laptop. So we have the i7 11800H, the RTX 3060 graphics, and 32 gigs of RAM, and I believe a terabyte of storage. Now I got a little carried away and did not do my favorite check, which would be the assembly of the bottom panel into the side panels. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. I always like to look here at this assembly, and this looks very nice. It's actually a very interesting design. This looks like a separate insert. I'm not sure if this can be removed separately, this insert here, as it looks like there's screws here and here. There's like no screws on this thing. I'm wondering if the screws are hidden under here. I like the assembly. It's very smooth edges. There's no catchy edges. It's assembled very well. And these vents are looking really nice. So this should pull air through in a good fashion. And the one thing that sticks out to me is no HDMI. And a lot of companies I'm seeing start to do this because they're choosing to have the display run through USB Type-C. So what this will do is just give you a different type of function. So most displays today are coming with USB Type-C cords, so you can go ahead and plug USB Type-C in. And actually the cool thing about that is most displays will charge your laptop. So you can actually charge your laptop, be connected to a display all in one, rather than having an HDMI and a power cable and all of that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on and see if we can get a look at the screen here. This screen is a QHD True Pixel screen, and it has a 100% DCI-P3 according to MSI specs. Now I'm gonna do a full review of the screen at different color gamut ranges, color accuracy, and brightness. So again, subscribe to that so you can check out the full review once that comes out. Now, what we're gonna do is go ahead and open up the MSI, I guess what I call like Command Center or MSI Center. And as you can see, we have silent, super battery, balanced, and high performance. So we'll test this laptop on all the different fan modes to see how well it does within video editing, as well as Photoshop and photo editing. So that's some really fun tests coming out here in a little bit. So I'm excited to test out all these different settings for battery life, performance, and the like. Now, regarding the upgrade path on this laptop, it is extremely difficult, and I've linked a video below or in the YouTube cards to show you that you literally have to take apart the laptop, pull off the bottom cover, disassemble the laptop, literally take the motherboard out of the laptop, flip it over, and then you'll have access to your RAM slots. So I would recommend not buy this laptop and upgrade it. I'd recommend purchasing it with the exact specs that you want, because the upgrade path is just insanity. So do not, personally, I'm not going to upgrade it. I'm not even going to pull off the bottom cover and waste my time with that. I'm going to link a video below so you can check out that whole process, because it is intense. Links if you're ready to make a purchase, likes if this video has brought you some value, and subs if you want to miss out on the full review when I upload it. I'll see you here in the next one.